How's it going?
Good.
Good, man.
Questions for Andy? We can go ahead and start.
And Dave was just talking about, how it's tough when you're 1-4 and injuries are racking up. I mean, what is kind of the message that he's delivering you guys, and how do you guys try to stay focused and approach this?
Yeah, I think you just stay the course. This is how NFL football works, It's unfortunately sometimes you go through it. You have some guys that get banged up and have some new guys in there. But, for us, it's building the team. And I think that's everything that he's saying. If we do what we know that we can do, good things will happen. And so just stay the course and keep focusing on things that we can control.
You've been part of teams that have struggled before. So how important is it to have that, from the head guy, that attitude, that positivity that keeps coming up? And what, maybe an example you can show of Dave and what he's doing?
I think it's important for it to be top down. And at the end of the day, it's got to be from the players too. So I think everybody has bought into everything that Dave's been preaching, and the way that he's been, just with everybody. And so, but at the end of the day, the players are the ones that are going to have to, do what he's saying and to step up. And I think that's where leadership shows within the team, and we've got a great group of guys. So I think regardless of what the record is right now and how things have gone, there's a lot of positive things going on with this team.
You've been around Brady for the past 2 summers. Now he's playing center. What have you seen from him at that position, and what's the level of trust there?
Brady's a good football player, and he's moved and he's played a bunch of different spots on the line. And for now him to get this opportunity at center, it's a guy that has played a ton of football and understands the game well. And now he's going to be the one that's going to be making calls and doing things. So I think it fits him well. He's put in a ton of work at it, and I'm, obviously hard losing Corbs out there, but I think we couldn't have a better guy to step into that role.
And then at right tackle, I'm assuming Josh was the scout team right tackle when you were on the scout team for two weeks. What have you noticed about him at that position?
Yeah, I think same thing. Josh, we brought him here to be that next guy in, and a guy that has played good football. So we don't expect anything to change with our group up front.
Dave was just talking about Chuba and his patience kind of showing over the last couple of weeks. Is there a back you've been with or seen that kind of reminds you of what he's doing, the way he's running right now?
That's a good question. I don't know. Chuba's unique because he's a guy that everything's really important to him. This game, how he goes about the recovery aspect, getting his body right, to studying film and making sure he's knowing everything from not only the run game but the pass game too, protections and everything. And I feel like he's a special player and a guy that you can look at and be like, that's an example of how we want to do things. And I think that has allowed him to have the type of year that he's having so far, and we need to keep going with him because he's doing a lot of really good things.
Is there something that sticks out to you about the Atlanta defense that you've noticed from maybe years past?
Yeah, I think for them it's the players that they have. They're aggressive, they're smart, they understand the game really well. I was with Jesse Bates for a couple years in Cincy, so I know the type of player that he is. Their front's a very veteran group, guys that have played a ton of ball. And so you throw it into just that style of defense that they're bringing. I mean, they're aggressive, they're smart, they're running to the ball. I mean, they've played really well this year.
Kirk Cousins came in a year after you. You guys were at the same Pro Bowl, I think, in 2016. Have you guys been able to develop a relationship, and how have you seen his career develop from afar?
We have, and I knew him in college too. We were counselors at the Elite 11 going into my senior year, going to his junior year, and so we were actually roommates during that and all that kind of stuff. So a guy that I followed for a long time, his college career, then everything that he's been able to do in the NFL. I mean, talk about a guy that has played at a high level for a long time, has been steady, and he's been a ton of fun to watch. And so, yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that I've been in contact with. I've known throughout the years, and it's been fun to follow his career.
What kind of roommate was he?
He was good. It was only for a couple of days, but he was a good roommate.
Socks on the floor.
No, no, he was good. That doesn't seem like something Kirk would do.
And what about you?
I feel like I'm very similar. I'm not going to leave stuff a mess. I know better.
I know you guys were in the NFC North together for 1 year, but how many times have you guys gone against each other?
Oh, geez, that's a good question.
Can you check your checklist?
Yeah, I need to look. I'm trying to think. I feel like the first time I played him was in London and we tied. So, yeah, a long trip over there to end in a tie. But I don't know how many times we played each other.
Dave was just in here talking about how Coker's kind of been rising up through the offense. What's it been like working with him, and how have you kind of helped him start develop as a rookie?
Yeah, I think for him, we were seeing flashes, not only in training camp, but then like once we got into the season, things that he was doing on the scout team, and it was kind of like the beginning of his development. And when he's showing flashes there, as soon as he's getting the opportunity, he's making the most of it. So a guy that I think is going to get more involved in the offense and will ask to do a little bit more than what he's done. And I'm excited for him because he's got all the talent in the world.
Is there anything specific that you're seeing in him that maybe you've seen from other receivers you've worked with in the past?
Big comparison day. Geez, I don't know. I mean, I think just his talent level. I mean, what he can do athletically is special. So for him, it's just getting into the offense, making sure he feels comfortable with everything that we're doing, and making sure we're all on the same page.
Any more for Andy? All right,
Yeah. You